I've always had a passion in teaching and education. I spent a lot of time learning Mandarin myself, so I enjoy sharing my experiences and what I've learned from my own learning journey with students. I always enjoy sharing stuff I come across, whether it's a TV series or an interesting book. Anything that enhances my own learning experience, I'm always interested in sharing with other people. In my opinion, a transformative learning experience is not something that can always take place in a classroom. To really enhance a student's learning experience, I feel that language learning has to take place outside of the classroom as well. And this has been a major role in my teaching experience, whether it's communicating with students through text messages, through emails, or through dinners that they organize. I find that I can sort of still take on the role of the teacher in these scenarios and kind of guide their learning and play towards their interests, but at the same time be someone who's more close to them as a friend. And it's just sort of a way of allowing students to learn in a more casual learning environment and to focus on stuff that they're really interested in. It's a pleasure to teach these students because they're so interested in the subject matter. They have a lot of self-motivation when learning, so they spend a lot of time outside of class practicing the material, incorporating in their own lives, and then they bring it into the classroom. So it makes the lessons a lot more interesting. We have a lot more interaction in the classroom, and I feel that because they're interested in the material, they take away more from the in-class learning experience. Sometimes it's important to let the students take control. Sometimes during the lesson plan, the students are really interested in a certain point. So I find it's better to cater to their interests with focusing on that point a bit more rather than being very strict and following the set lesson plan. So with teaching, it's important to go with the flow and also make sure that the students are empowered and they take charge of their own learning. As with learning languages, it's important to set short-term goals to measure your progress. It's also very important to be consistent with your learning. Rather than study for several hours during one day, it's better to split up the time and study every day. That way it becomes one of your everyday routines, and it just gets incorporated into your life. Well, even if you don't reach a high level of fluency in the language, exposing yourself to a language gives you a good sense of cultural awareness. And that allows you to see people differently and handle matters differently in your daily life. It also gives you a different perspective of the events in the world.